Hello everyone, in this video I would like to share my opinion on the recent decision of the Kerala High Court on a case concerning the Knanaya Catholic Community. Just setting the context, the Knanaya community are an endogamous ethnic group found among the St. Thomas Christian community of Kerala, majority of whom are part of the Syro-Malabar Catholic Church and the rest are part of the Syrian Orthodox Church. The distinct mark of the Knanaya community is their practice of endogamy, the custom of marrying only within the limits of a local community, clan or tribe. To be fair, most communities in India practice some form of endogamy. People generally marry within their communities for various reasons. But the Knanaya community is quite extreme in their practice of endogamy to the extent that their church membership and the institution of the sacraments is dependent on it. Normally, I would say if you don't want to follow the rules of your community, then leave and join somewhere else. Knanaya Catholics who don't want to follow endogamy to such extreme extent are free to join a Syro-Malabar Catholic parish or a Latin Catholic parish, isn't it? But we can't say that in this case because the practice within the Knanaya community violates the Canon Law of the Catholic Church. Knanaya parishes excommunicate their members who marry outside of their community to maintain the purity of blood theory. Marrying outside of community is not among the list of offences that deserves the penalty of excommunication, nor is it considered sinful by the Catholic Church. Secondly, some marriages in the Knanaya community violate the Canon Law, which states that a marriage is never permitted if doubt exists whether the partners are related by consanguinity in any degree of the direct line or in the second degree of the collateral line. In simple terms, marrying among family relations invalidates the sacrament of marriage. Now, because of the above two violations, Vatican has been giving very strict warnings to the Knanaya church hierarchy, but to no avail. Now, coming to the recent court decision, to combat this practice of endogamy and excommunication, some in the Knanaya community formed a group called the Knanaya Catholic Reforms Committee and filed a case in Kottayam. The Kottayam District Court on April 30th, 2021 declared the practice as against Indian laws and directed the diocesan authorities not to discriminate its members who have married outside the community. But Archbishop Matthew Mulakad of Kottayam, however, challenged the order in the Kerala High Court and sought direction to squash it. He also wanted an interim stay over the implementation of the lower court order. Unfortunately, on March 15, 2023, the Kerala High Court turned down the Kottayam Archbishop's plea seeking a stay of the lower court order, and that ended the century-old practice of endogamy in the Knanaya community. Now, sharing my opinion in this matter, I personally condemn the forced and strict practice of endogamy in the Knanaya Catholic community. I also condemn the excommunication of the members who marry outside the community. Having said that, I would have wished that Vatican resolved this issue because we cannot allow the government or the court to dictate how we run our churches. Furthermore, it is the prerogative of a certain Catholic parish to decide on whom to give membership or not. Even denying sacraments is the right of the church because it's a religious practice. Neither the court or the government should be interfering in this. Now, as you all know, the Catholic Church denies communion for people who have committed mortal sins and have not confessed, denies communion to Protestants and people of other religions, denies to celebrate a sacramental marriage when it's an interreligious marriage. Now, do we want the government and the court to come and overturn these things under the guise of fundamental rights? Last time I checked, religious freedom is protected under the Indian Constitution. Religious practice is not under the jurisdiction of the government or the court. I think this legal case sets a very bad precedent for Catholics, and we should be cautious before celebrating this decision. Just imagine if a lower court in Kerala can dictate terms to a Catholic community on how to run its church. How long will it take for the Supreme Court of India to dictate terms to the Catholic Church in India?